coming out in general on the Xbox platform and PC. I'm really excited for next week to get to playing it.
Yeah, it's going to be really a lot of fun. I have poked around at it a little bit. I tried out that classic score attack. It is going to be a lot of fun. I'm telling you, if you're a fan of Classic Tetris, you will not be disappointed in what Enhanced Game has done with that mode. It is tremendous. It is very true to the nature of what we know in this gaming community for Classic Tetris. So be on the lookout November 10th. It is all happening.
All right, I think it's time, Kingsman, that we can get this top match started. I don't see why wait for these guys. They're waiting on us. And then once Harry is ready on bottom, we'll get that match started. So, you ready to kick off the day, Kingsman?
Let's do it, Beast of Chen. It's time, ladies and gentlemen. The Group H bracket begins here. The top two, Svavar and Sodium, going to duke it out. They are ready to go. Harry doing the icing strats. We'll see when he's ready, but let's do it. The countdown has begun, ladies and gentlemen. It is time. Get ready. Buckle your seatbelts for the hot action in 2, 1, Tetris.
All right, Svavar kicking off against Sodium. Harry just getting a little warmed up, getting in the zone mentally before he wants to get started here.
Yeah, he is definitely looking to get game ready. He's get himself set. He knows that the challenge is extreme this year. He knows the online community has grown in numbers. He knows the strength that they bring with the style of gaming, especially the hyper tappers. And he's facing one right here. Luke is a tremendous hyper tapper. Was at one of your events, correct? The WPL, I believe. Chen. And tore it up with how many max outs did he get in the tournament?
I think he had it might have been 4 max outs back to back in competitive play, which is pretty awesome. I think it was one of the best showings we've seen competitively. I mean, it might be a little biased because of my tournament, but I think that's up there. And he was playing against like Opak, who was putting up great scores, and still was struck or like. Opak still lost even though he's playing amazing because Luke was on fire.
Yeah, I mean, how can you defeat 4 back-to-back max outs? It's incredible. On the bottom, it looks like we're finally ready to go.
Right,
there, Beast of Chen. Harry is set, and Luke is patiently waiting. They're going to get that one kicked off momentarily, ladies and gentlemen. And you can see the countdown happening. Let's get a score check on the top there. Sodium in a bit of a drought. We'll get the long bar in for Tetris at 142,000. Svavar at 126. Hanging in on the long bar for Svavar. We'll get to 149, take the lead momentarily. But Sodium gets... Definitely contrasting styles there at the top, Beast and Chen. You got the very true DAS player in Svavar, the 3-time European champion, taking on, one of the more exciting hyper tappers to watch in the community. Sodium Overdose does some amazing things with that hyper tap. Is so tremendous. I mean, I can't really say enough glowing things about Sodium. It's just such a delight to watch. I think people are going to be in it for a treat. This is the first time they're watching him.
I'm not sure what's going on bottom. Did Harry top out? Or I think his game might have just messed up. So we'll figure out what's going on there. I think the judge will be communicating with me. Figure out what we need to do. Okay, he's communicating with Luke. So we'll see what's going on in a moment.
All right, so
I hear he needs to restart.
Okay, there you go. So they'll get that one reset at the bottom, so no worries there. On the top, we continue on. Sodium Overdose, 285. Svavar, 248. Laying down the foundation of another Tetris. 271 now. Svavar, another Tetris for Sodium, 308.
Yeah, really close match up top. Sodium seems like he's talking with his friends. Maybe he's in a Discord chat with some of the Nets players right now. It seems like a lot of the new players, they like to kind of meme with each other in Discord while they're playing. Maybe it might lower some of the anxiety of just being in a high stakes match here.
Yeah, I think that helps. I mean, he's feeling comfortable in his element. If that's what he's used to, and we talk about the world champion Joseph Saley whenever he does his streams and kind of just playing. He's always in a group chat. It just kind of puts him at ease, not worrying about the game itself, and he's just there to have fun. And I think that helps his gameplay. And Sodium is one of those that does the same. Just it wants to be in group chat, talk to his friends, play the game. And it doesn't deter him. He stays focused, and you can see putting up a great score, 424 already for Sodium, 310 for Svavar. So Svavar down 114,000 points, has to work on getting catch up. Meanwhile, at the bottom, they're about to get set again. A bit of a function or a full start going on at the bottom, but they're going to kick it off. They'll redo game one there in a moment.
Yep, getting started here on bottom. Looks like things are working out this time. Harry Hong versus Luke. I'm pretty excited to see how this best of 5 plays out. And on top, we're approaching that 100 line mark, and Sodium is on a hot pace right now.
Yeah, it really is. It's about to hit 500k. We're only at 104 lines on his board. Svavar at 101 lines, 380. Normally, that's a great score in Svavar's case, but when you're playing a hyper tapper that can move pieces left and right so quickly, and you see Sodium stacking very neatly on the left side, skimming for the right, that's exactly how he's been maximizing when the long bars come. His right well is free for scoring, and that's why he's almost at 500k. But there he is. It's a bit of a drought right now, Beast. At 25, there's a long bar coming in at the right time, gets a score in. 507 at another long bar. 530 for Sodium at 119 lines. 11 lines to go before we get to some 19 action.
Yeah, great play from both players, honestly, but Sodium just really bringing it right now. Maybe getting some better RNG, which will likely balance out as this match goes on. But meanwhile, on bottom, kicking off, Luke ahead by about a Tetris, but he has some burning to do. And Harry also has a gap, but opened up. Maybe he'll go for a row 1 up Tetris here.
And there we go. It's already transitioned. 603 for Sodium. We're hot and heavy in game number 1 at the top. Meanwhile, game 2 at the bottom. Just still kind of getting their feet wet. Harry at 131. Luke at 102. We'll talk about them shortly. Let's pay attention up top here. It is a very spicy game happening. Svavar slams a Tetris on the right side to go to 527. And Sodium with a nice square tuck will go to 639, maintaining a 91,000 point lead as we get into the higher levels. Tetris in for Svavar, 574 now. He is in rebuild. Sodium opens up the right side just in time for Tetris. 668 for Sodium on level 21. You know where he's looking ahead to. He's going to go full force all the way. If he can get to max out City, we'll see it. Svavar, though, keeping up. He is slamming points in. 606 for Svavar. 678 for Sodium. Svavar with as the levels increase, Beast of Chen, the points also will increase, and that gives Svavar a chance to start catching up. Although untimely S piece comes in for his board, gets a little spicy right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Both players are on max out pace. Svavar really needs to get to the right there, able to do it, and there might have been a quick tap. I think that was quick tap territory. Looks like he might top out here after some of those placements at 615k, so Sodium is already good with 693k.
So GG's there. The Sodium Overdose will take game number 1 and is ecstatic about that. On the bottom here, we continue on. We're about halfway through this game number 1. The 2014 World Champion Harry Hong at 220. The Hyper Tapping Luke at 269. Adds a Tetris in to go to 292.
Yeah, Luke's bringing it. Harry had a few rough misplacements there early on, and it looks like it's continuing. And let's see if he can fix the situation. It's looking quite dire.
And he gets a burn into the time, but that's going to be it. And he's looking at his hands. He can't believe what has happened. And he is done at 224. Luke at 320 has taken game number 1. And that's a good start for him. GG's.
All right. So once I get it ready from the players on top, we can get that game started. And we'll give Harry a moment to get his hands ready. And we'll get this bottom game started.
All players will be ready at the bottom. Sodium having a great time. Look at him, Beast of Chen. That's the smiles. All those smiles. It's what it's all about. This is hot and heavy competitive matches that are going on right now. But he's having a ball, and that's what you want to see. Regardless, win or lose, he's going to have a smile on his face. That's why Sodium is starting to become a fan favorite in the community.
So Svavar and Sodium, I need readies from you in the Max Out Club client. Once you guys are ready, we can get that game started. All right, so I think we can get this bottom game started now. Let's do it.
So the bottom game will get underway now. Harry Hong, a little bit of trouble. Like he was looking at his hands, wondering where was El Grippo there. We'll see if El Grippo returns. And then Luke underway. So that game is set. We're waiting on readies from the top. But Sodium had a little bit of a misfunction there, so I think that was why he couldn't get out. There we go. All right, we got a ready officially on the top there from Sodium. We'll need a ready from Svavar.
There we go.
And there we go. That game can now get underway. So while they get set at the top, let's talk about the game at the bottom. So the 2014 world champion, Harry Hong, had been leading a lot of people to maybe think that he was retired, calling it quits throughout the portion of the summer. And really just leading up to the days of qualifying as well, Beast and Chen, he kind of led the entire community, even being on record telling some that, no, I'm done. I'm not playing. And then sure enough, next thing you know, he is there at the qualifier and showed that he still has it and put up a tremendous score to make it in. Max outs for him to get the 22nd seed overall.
Yeah, it must have been a tough decision for him. Or he was just playing with our emotions, one of the two. And here he is. He's hopefully looking to bring some good games today. Might take a second to get warmed up. We'll see what happens from here. I'm really hoping for the best here from our 2014 champion. And Sodium up high, gets the long bar, bringing it within a 1 Tetris gap up top. And Harry with a nice lead to start things off because Luke is in kind of Burn City within the first 30 lines.
Yeah, Luke was in Burn City, but then he hit a very dirty Tetris in the middle to help him clean this out, and there he is. He's got a nice flat stack back, but he is down 101,000 points. That whole entire dig out and cleanup has really pushed him back. Harry at 154, Luke at 74. It is a 79,000 point lead. At the top, Svavar with a lead of 40,000 points at 136 to Sodium's 99. So very even-keeled games, but early leads going in the favor of the DAS players. The tappers now looking to catch up.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see what Svavar brings. He was looking pretty good last game too. Just on pace to get a max out. Sodium was really bringing it last game, but we'll see how he can, if he can shape up his post-transition play to hit that kill screen, which will be crucial for these DAS players against some consistent post-transition tappers like Luke and Sodium.
Yeah, Luke is a player that is one of those community members that when they first come in, you don't really know too much about them. And then when they start playing more and more online competitive Tetris, we found Luke originally in the early days when he first got into the scene. He used to be known as Undefeated 33. That was his original Twitch name. And then he came on to one of my episodes of Tetris Friendly. He says, I want to play. And I said, sure, come on in. It was his very first match, he said. So why he was undefeated. And next thing you know, he lost, I think, in a sweep 3-0. And next thing you know, the next week he changed his Twitch handle to be called Mr. Krabs 33, which he ran for a while. And then he started getting into more of the scene with CTM and Classic Tetris League, and decided to have a name change again. He went by Lucan26, which is his Twitch handle, and ever since then, it's like he's found the spark. That simple change for him has made the difference. He's gotten his tapping game to another level, and this is why he is here right now, taking on the 2014 world champion in this top 64 match.
Yeah, he's playing pretty aggressive right now, too, up high. There we go, gets the long bar. Unfortunately, I kind of wish he stuck with the Mr. Krabs, personally. It would have made a good rivalry for Hufflepuffus, who kind of synonymous with SpongeBob in our community.
He really is. Now, Synonymous is a dig out here for Svavar. He's in trouble at the top. He needs to get something to the left side, but he's betting up way too high. Gets an L for flat. Gets a J in. That right side is absolutely dangerous. The Hangarang long bar is going to end his run at 312. Sodium is only down 26,000 points and has plenty of lines to do this. He can take a 2-0 advantage. All he's got to do, Beast and Chen, is the traditional line out. But we know these tappy teens. I think he's going to want to do it in style.
Yeah, we got a thumbs up from Sodium, feeling confident. I think he's smiling, probably knowing the situation here. Hopefully, we don't see anything tragic happen. I think he'll be okay. Meanwhile, on bottom, Harry is maintaining that strong lead that he had since the beginning here. 92,000 point lead for Harry going into transition within 10 lines here.
483 right now. Luke at 413. So this one could be shaping up to be a banger. Beast and Chen, both players, as we know, can play 19. Tremendous, obviously the world champion. Have to know how to play 19 if you're going to be one of those. And Luke's 19 game in WPL, you saw 4 back-to-back max outs. So clearly he knows how to play that. Let's see how it goes. Harry's already there at 538. Luke at 459. Looking to get one more in before the changeover, maybe even 2. There's 1. He's got one more line to go before he gets to 19. Meanwhile, Sodium memeing the whole way, but he finally gets the line out, and he's got it. 380 points, the winning difference. And he will take game number 2 to go up there. 2-0. GG's.
Yeah, Sodium finishing it out. Looks like he was pretty patient, lining it out a bit. High stakes situation, so you want to make sure you secure that win. Meanwhile, Luke does hit that transition. He's behind by 37,000. One thing to note is Harry is pressing down, so he is about 10 lines in the future as well. So it actually is a very close game here on bottom between Harry and Luke.
Now only a 14,000 point difference, but Harry slams the Tetris here on level 21, goes to 601. Luke on level 20, getting set, looking for the long bar to get a score in. A T-skim to the right. There's a double, followed by the Tetris. 592 for Luke, 630 for Harry Hong, who is getting this board set. He is looking primed and ready to head to his town of Max Out City. The mayor of Max Out City, baby, is looking to go to the expressway, and let's see if he can get there. Meanwhile, game 3 on the top. It is now a big, crucial game 3 for Svavar. He is down 2-0. One more will send him down to the loser side of the bracket. Sodium has all the cards in his favor.
Yeah, Sodium just kind of needs to keep his cool. Maybe he could step it down, dial it down a little bit on the aggression if he would like, but I don't think he's going to, knowing kind of his play. So I'll just play where he's comfortable. Meanwhile, we got a close game on bottom, Kingsman.
It really is. We're on level 25 now. 731 for Harry. He has lost the lead because Luke has been Tetrising the whole way. 733 for Harry. 770 for Luke. And he's going to get another one here to go to 800,000 on level 24. While Harry is getting this board reset. He knows he's got to catch. He knows he has to chase. Lombard comes a little too early. Now the board is set. He needs the Lombard now. Will he get it? Takes the square for the double. Has the vault. Yes, over. Traditional. That is classic Harry on, baby. Vintage Harry with the vault on the left side. Oh, but he misses the tuck of the J.
Yeah,
he is not Tetris ready. That'll be a triple only beast.
Right. Very crucial tuck there, especially. We're getting down to the wire here. There's only about 20 lines left for Harry, so that could be a very pivotal moment there. We'll see how the score ends up. He is still ahead on lines by about 10 lines, and he's down by 86,000, but at this level, 3 Tetrises can close that gap.
Yeah, he's going to go left foot. Yeah, he gets the Lombard over for the Tetris at 856 to Luke's 908. Luke has got a fantastic board. There's another Tetris. He is looking to put the nail in the coffin here. 85,000, but Harry hits another Tetris. Harry's running out of lines, so he knows there's a dirty Tetris in the middle for Harry Hong. He is down by 52,000 because Luke's board is still pristine. Both of them are racing to 29. Luke trying to just hang on for the win.
Wow.
Harry hits another one, but it won't be enough. He's going to kill streak, trying to get any other points he can, but it's not enough. And Luke makes it all the way with 1,000,000 points to take game 2 of the Harry Hong. GG.
All right, I think this might answer our question about how Luke is feeling today. He's bringing it with the max outs. We'll see if he can bring that consistent max out play that he brought in the WPL qualifiers.
Unbelievable game right there. Harry went all the way to the finish line of 29 and even got some lines there to try to help. But Luke was just unstoppable and showed you just exactly what 4 back-to-back max outs in the WPL would look like. Right there, he gets 1 on his journey in the World Championships. GG's to Luke.
Yeah, meanwhile, up top, we have a score check for these players. Svavar actually in the lead, 294,000 to Sodium's 256,000. And Svavar is behind by about 3 lines, so pretty good pace lead here for Svavar. And that might be might lower his anxiety a little bit, knowing the situation that he's down by, 2 games here.
And you see Sodium with a good build. He knows what he needs to do. He just needs to keep the board maintained. He has got the advantage now. If anything goes awry, he knows that he'll still be up 2-1 if they have to go to a game 4. Svavar is the one that's got to put everything together. He's got to make sure that he can be optimized for scoring as best he can, utilize the pieces when they come, and just be prepared for skims and whatnot. So another Tetris here. Sodium now at 329, Svavar at 366. It's a 36,000 point lead. Then it gets decreased slightly, but Svavar is another Tetris. So back and forth they go at the top through 89 lines at 93 respectively. Meanwhile, at the bottom, looks like they're ready to go.
Yeah, I think Harry likes to have that extra time when he's ready, though, to get his grip all situated. So I'll grant him that moment of time to kind of get in the zone here. We want to see the best he can bring. Svavar's kind of upping the gap here. He's ahead by about 2 Tetrises. Sodium just drains a Tetris to close the gap a little bit. And they're both at about the 100 line mark.
So that one is going to get set to start getting spicy as the 19 is looming. Meanwhile, at the bottom, it is a very spicy situation. The 2014 world champion Harry Hong is on the ropes here. Down 2-0 to Luke. Could be heading his way to the loser side of the coin. We will see how it'll play as they get underway. Meanwhile, at the top, they are getting set for 19. Sodium is down to 17,000 points until he hits that Tetris. 471 for Sodium, 467 for Svavar. Svavar in a bit of a drought, but he will open up the right side just in time for the long bar to come in. There's a Tetris, 491 now. Svavar, 494. Sodium, less than 3,000 points separate the two beasts.
Yeah, it's going to be a nail biter up top. We'll see if Svavar can polish his 19 play against someone like Sodium here, who is definitely going to keep bringing it. And we're going to have a close game up top. Meanwhile, the bottom has started, and trading Tetrises at the bottom.
Yeah, Harry's looking to make sure he now sees what he's getting up against. You know, Harry obviously is a phenomenal player, ladies and gentlemen. He always has been, always will be. And he wants to come out hot. He wants to show the world that, you know, the tappers may get all the notoriety, but he is still viable in this esport, and he is ready to come out. Showed you that he can hang in there, and almost took that game number 2. But Luke just went on a tear towards the second half of the 19 plus, and just was unstoppable. He went all the way to score the 1,000,000 points, and here we are at the top. They are in level 20. Sodium 562, Svavar 599. Svavar cleans out that the right side with a triple. Sodium, meanwhile, looking to free up this middle.
Yeah, and he's not getting the best pieces there, so he's going to have to keep burning here up top. We'll see if he can keep any misdrop, even if you're a tapper at this height, can be game-ending issues. So we'll see what he's able to do here, if he's able to close this gap. Svavar's looking nice and clean. Oh.
So he did a great job right there to get those pieces. He got every piece he needed to fix that. Svavar, though, he's not getting the pieces he needs to fix this. He's in a drought as well. A long bar comes in, but he doesn't need it. And that's going to be Hangering! The J Hangering has ended Svavar at 660. And Baby Green Tea, as it is called sometimes in this community, gives you a little bit of a buco spin. And he's got it at 638. Sodium will advance to the next round, and Svavar will head to the loser side of the bracket. GG's up top.
Yeah, good effort there by Svavar in the end. He actually hit a really nice quick tap, but had trouble following up there, because sometimes that can kind of throw off your rhythm when you have to hit those quick taps up high. So, yes, some rough RNG caused him to top out, so well played, Svavar. Hopefully we see a nice loser's run from him. He usually brings a nice positive energy to the game. Had the pleasure to meet him at CTWC, so I'm excited to see what he brings in his loser's run. Alright, so let's get this bottom game on the full screen here.
Now let's take a look at what's going on here. This is game number 3, Harry Hong down 2-0. A slight early top out in game number 1 for him. Game number 2, he and Luke went all the way to kill screen level 29 to settle the score, and Luke had to go the distance with the max out to take the game. There we go. We got a little bit of a drought on Luke's side. We'll get a long bar in just in time. It's a mini drought. Nothing crazy. 334 for Harry, 336 for Luke. Very tight game as we are now in the second half of this level 18 play, Beast.
Yeah, I think Luke's gonna bring it today. He's already showing some great play in his early games here, early days of the tournament, and I'm excited to see what Luke brings. And I'm also excited to see if Harry's able to, hit some max outs to really push Luke here.
And here he goes. He's got a bit of a long bar dependency when he's got a draw going, but he'll get the long bar in, and he's got a nice flat board as Luke on the right side. 386 for Luke, 390 for Harry. Very tight game again. These two are playing so well, and it can go either way. Honestly, it is a toss up. It is a toss up, but do not discount the former world champion. He is bringing it today, but Luke is really gotten to another level. Stats team was letting me know that Luke's very first 3 games that he played were on my show, the Tetris Friendlies. Went 0-3 in his first 3 very competitive matches. So he's come a long way from a player that was really an unknown in the community, that didn't seem like maybe would be making a mark. And sure enough, we're looking at several months later, and here he is. He's got the former world champion on the ropes to send him down to the loser side of the coin to face Svavar in the losers round 1 match.
Absolutely, and Harry transitions around the 490k mark. He's ahead on lines. Harry is known to be someone that pushes down for those extra points, and just maybe it's just how he vibes, how his rhythm plays out, and he's looking sharp here.
And there's a Tetris in for Harry. Luke will transition shortly. He's about 7 lines away. Harry's pushdown has obviously given him the lines lead. So that'll be crucial to note because Luke has the time and he'll know exactly how much more room he's got. Harry can only get so many more lines. So he's going to have to pad his score big time as we continue on. Level 21 for Harry goes to 580. Luke at 540 now with the transition. So here we go, Beast. This is it. Harry must win this game number 3 to keep it going.
Yeah, and a rough misshift there from Harry on the dash, and we'll see if he'll get the correct pieces to burn. Hopefully efficiently burn this down because Luke is going to probably dig into this lead that Harry has sooner than later.
And here we go. Harry continues to dig out at the bottom. Slight drought going on. He's on 17, 18. There's the long bar. Not really helpful when it comes. Oh, man, a little bit of an interesting placement of the J there for Harry. See if he gets to that left side. Does get that L. He gets the T to burn. What can get down that left side? Oh, that S is going to hang. And that's it. He's done at 619. Luke only needs 6,500 points to win.
There it is.
And that lumbar will do it. Bang!
Wow.
Tetris. Luke at 640. Can you believe it, Beast and Chen? He has swept the 2014 champion and will send Harry down to the loser side of the bracket of the CTWC 2020 tournament. Wow.
Yeah, fortunately it is double elimination, and we'll probably see some better games out of Harry. It is early in the day for him too, so we'll see if he can get in the zone, maybe figure out what he needs to do to bring his best games here against, actually he's playing against Svavar up here in just off game first. Good luck between Sodium Overdose and Luke, 2 online powerhouses. Let's see what they bring here today.
Countdown has begun here at the top. 3, 2, 1. Tetris, they're on their way. On the bottom, we will get set momentarily. Oh, looks like we got a false start from both.
Oh.
Luke starting on 19 and Sodium on 15.
There we go. Figured it out.
There we go. We got that. Yeah, they're smart kids. They figured it out. And we got readies on the bottom, so we are just waiting for that to go.
Just wanted to make sure Harry got his grip set. Let's do it.
And there we go, 3, 2, 1. Tetris at the bottom. They are underway. So here it is, Beast of Chen. 4 big games. One, the winners on the side at the top. One of them will advance to the next round and book their ticket into a very good spot of this Group H bracket. On the bottom, one of those 2 legends are facing elimination in the loser side of the coin. Only one will get to advance on. So, very high stakes game at the bottom.
Yeah, and I would also argue just high-stakes game at the top as well, because not having to go to the loser's bracket so early and play the other powerhouses in this tournament will relieve so much pressure. Because I feel like just about anybody can take games off of anyone here in this bracket, so every win counts.
Every win counts indeed. So we will see how this one goes. Meanwhile, Harry already in a bit of a pickle at the top. Yeah, he's facing a drought on top of that.
Yeah.
Oh, he has to go lumbar flat on the left side. He's getting some burn. Oh, but that lumbar hangarang on the right side is deadly, and he knows it. And that's it. He's done already at 37,000. Svavar at 80,000 has taken a gift and will take the 1-0 lead. GG's.
Yeah, rough start here from Harry. So one give me here to Svavar, but I'm not worried. I know the Hong can bring it. Let's see what he's got.
He's already ready to go. He doesn't want to waste any time. He is looking to get back to business here. Svavar is ready as well. They'll get set in a few moments. Meanwhile, at the top, Sodium slams at Tetris to go to 191. Luke at 161. It's a 30,000 point lead. Still early in that one, as they are just about 50 lines in for game number 1.
Alright, looks like Harry's all set there. Let's go. Get the countdown started for those guys. Yeah, meanwhile, up top, Sodium with a nice early lead here. About 50... Both players just passed the 50 line mark, and Sodium has about a 2 Tetris lead. Make that 3 Tetrises, but Luke with a nice row 1, column 3 Tetris.
Yeah, very nice there by Luke. He is just staying poised. Definitely doesn't look like he's been phased from the great victory. He just taking 3 straight games from Harry Hong. So that could be a major confidence booster. Sometimes, from a gamer standpoint, maybe you get a little overwhelmed with emotion, like, wow, I can't believe I pulled it off, and then the gameplay can suffer a little bit. But for both these players, they're not starstruck on either of those 2 players they just faced. They are both primed and ready to go, just like any other day here.
Right. Yeah, and that kind of happens when you just play so much competitive Tetris. You kind of become more... The sensitivity to the nerves kind of loosens up a little bit, because you're just constantly, testing yourself over and over again against good players in like online tournaments like CTM. So I don't think these players up top are necessarily nervous. I suppose it is CTWC. This is the biggest Tetris tournament, so I'm sure there's some nerves looming, but they probably are pretty versed at dealing with it.
Well, definitely not for Sodium there. He's chit-chatting away still.
Yeah.
They're probably talking about some Minecraft or any other crazy games there. But at the end of the day, look at him. He's just having fun. But he's just having a grand old time.
Speaking of, Sodium has a nice little Minecraft mural right behind him with a pig and a minecart there.
I don't know anything about that game, so I wouldn't be able to relate to...
Available on Xbox, our sponsor. Thank you, Xbox, for helping us out here. And, okay, so...
Look at a very dirty Tetris at the top there to stay alive. He's getting up a little high. Goes 365. Sodium at 434 at a 69,000 point lead. Gets another Tetris in. We'll go to 90,000. A little bit of a J-skim on the right. So Sodium looking to opt for board health right now, but scoring whenever he gets the opportunity. And Luke is just trying to dig out a little bit of a drought that he was in, but now Lombars are raining.
Yeah, Sodium has over 100k lead right now, so he must be feeling pretty good going into this transition. Meanwhile, on bottom, only about a Tetris and some change lead here for Harry. I think this bottom match is actually a pretty close skill level match, personally.
Yeah, I really do. I mean, this is an even-keeled match of 2 DAS legends. The 3-time European champions, Svavar. He is here. He has come to show that he can play NTSC just as well. He's been to the CTWC. He was there last year when we got to watch him take on Batfoy, and was a tremendous round matchup. I think that was a round 1 setup that was really fun to watch. And listen, Harry, whether people say he has to prove anything or not after last year's loss to Matt Martin in round 1. Truth be told, he's still the legend. He will always be a legend. He is only one of 3 people that have won this tournament in its existence here, Beats and Chen. So you can never knock him out for that. Meanwhile, oh yes, look at the top. He's in major trouble. That's it. Yeah. He's done in game 1. Oh man, look at that major long bar dependency he had in column 8. No long bars in sight. He's finished. Sodium.
Yeah, he had a really rough SZ burst there as well. So when you're trying to go for that dirty Tetris and those SCs keep coming, that's going to put lights out no matter how good you are. He had some really good taps to get to the far left, but it's not going to cut it.
So Sodium will get game number 1, ladies and gentlemen. He hangs on long enough to take it. So they are ready to go very quickly. There's no wait time on that one.
Yeah.
No breathers for those youngsters, Shen. They're just like, no, come on, I'm ready. Let's go.
They're in the zone. They want to keep it going.
Meanwhile, old timers like you and me, after hot and heavy action like that, it's like, all right, let me go get a drink of water. Let me go wash my hands. Get a towel to dry the sweat off. Now we need like a 10-minute break after one game.
I need to walk it off, meditate a little bit, get in the zone, just to top out within the first 10 lines. So.
Beats Chen's watching too many my games here. Tetris in for Harry Hong. He'll go to 440. Svavar at 381. So Harry definitely coming up strong here in this game 2 after a very, very early top out in game number 1. Svavar bringing it though. He's hanging in. It is only a difference of 38,000 points, but Harry will increase it to go to 489 at transition time. He's off and running on level 19. Svavar is 63,000 points behind at 427, but he's also behind in lines. Nice horizontal J tuck on the right side. I like those. And he'll slam a Tetris to go to 450. Those lines behind are definitely in favor of Svavar here, Shen, because he can get potentially a higher transition than Harry did. And they end up going to kill screens. It can be the same situation to happen between Harry and Luke, where Luke had all those extra lines to make the difference.
Yeah. At the same time, he's also pressured, like, I am still behind, if I top out now, I'm going to lose. So there is that real-time pressure still. But he might also be comfortable knowing that his pace is competitive with Harry here and potentially in the lead here. But either way, Harry's still up by Tetris, and Svavar actually hangs a long bar there. Fortunately, gets the long bar to score the Tetris so that he's able to close that dependency on the left.
Yeah, very fortunate that didn't happen, because if that wasn't coming and he'd have to try to just build up the right side and hope for something to happen on the left. But RNG smiles upon thee, and here we go. 529 for Svavar, 567 for Harry. Harry slams another Tetris and gets the S-spin to clean up the right side. Kind of overshot that T, but the long bar comes and he tucks that perfectly underneath.
Yeah.
Harry rebuilding right now, just looking to get this back in order. 605 now for Harry, 561 for Svavar. Svavar is hanging in, and he is Tetris ready. Gets that L all the way over to the left side. Beautiful build right now, but there's just no long bar. He's in the drought. He's got that right side covered up. There's a hole in the stack. He's got 2 holes in the stack. I gotta make this difficult at the hammering square, and that's it. Svavar is done in game number 2. Harry Hahn, too strong.
Yeah.
To take game 2.
Harry's got to feel good after that, finally getting a nice win there against the one and only Svavar. So congrats to Harry there. As this best of 5 is now a best of 3 on the bottom. Svavar is going to get juiced here. I'm not sure what that is. Maybe looks like some orange soda. Going to bring his A-game energy, and he is ready. Meanwhile, up top, Luke with about a 74,000 point lead at the 70 line mark.
Rumor and innuendo is that Svavar is drinking some Hulk juice right there. He's hulking up, getting set for this game number 3. The crucial one is about to begin momentarily. Meanwhile, the top 264 now for Sodium, 320 for Luke. This is game number 2 on their side. They already passed the halfway marker. And nice little setup there for the square. Oh, look at that. Fist pump, it looked like, from Sodium. I don't know if he's memeing or he's acknowledging the crowd for his great work, but nice little fist pump. Okay, so there seems to be a signature of many people in the community these days, Chen. People like to do fist pump, that was popularized by the one, the only, and Johann we'll see shortly. You'll probably see some fist pumps from him a little bit later.
I'm excited for that. The more fist pumps, the merrier. Meanwhile, we got Sodium's closing in on that gap a little bit. He's been clean and dropping some Tetrises. As I say that, Luke goes back to about that 3 Tetris lead. So Luke trying to even it up here in game 2, get on the board. And I'm going to predict that we're going to have a double max out between these two.
It looks like we could be headed that way. Sodium, we know, can really be phenomenal on the 19 plus. Just can get on a tear once he is off and running. And Luke, as we saw earlier, he maxed out on Harry Hong in game number 2. So it was a tremendous job. He's got it in him, and he's looking pretty good at this point. 112 lines in, 489. He is almost halfway to the golden state.
Yeah, Harry up high here. Finally able to open up that right well, and a timely long bar. It'll bring it down to the bottom there. So just a 5,000 point lead here for Harry. So neck and neck on bottom between Svavar and Harry.
Simul Tetrises for both on the top there. 417 for Sodium, 536 now for Luke as they approach the 19 plus. As Chen noted that he is predicting double max outs here. We could see it. Luke is already on his way there. Sodium just kind of needs to step it up slightly more.
Yeah.
As Luke has already transitioned now. We're at 566 for Luke, and he's off and running. Here we go. Ooh, interesting line bar flat there by Sodium.
And to be clear for my prediction, maybe not this match. Sodium's gonna have to bring it here, but definitely in this set. Definitely in this set.
But yeah, let's not take Beast out of context here. Look at that last second spin of the J. Delayed burn setup by Sodium. Gets the right side open, but has used the long bar for it, and then has to take a safety triple with his L. So things are hot and heavy here at the top. 623 for Luke. 120,000 point lead now on Sodium as we go to level 20s. Luke is looking to take the advantage and tie this one up. Sodium would love to go 2-0 again here. He swept Svavar in the first round, and he's looking to try to do the same to Luke. But Luke is not anywhere in quitting here. He's looking to go all the way. He's up high, though.
He's playing really aggressive, and he's not going to be able to get that square to the left. He is ahead by 100,000, so Sodium needs to do a little bit of a chase down here. Sodium needs to hit the magic number of 631,000. Will put Sodium in the lead to take game 2.
A 33-piece drought right there for Luke is what ended up doing him in. Look at that board. You can see it behind the Max Out Club sign. It is a beautiful board, but he couldn't get a long bar in to bring it down. And he went all in, and he has fallen here. 81,000 point lead now for Luke. On the bottom, they continue on. They're about halfway through. Harry at 266. Svavar at 250. The battle rages on as one of them look to go 2-1 in that best of 5. Sodium continues to trudge on and catch Luke. He wants to take the 2-0 lead, getting him closer to that top 8 position.
Yeah, absolutely. And with Luke's building there, he was stacking really cleanly, but not high enough on the left to take any safe burns, and so it really became all in there on the Tetris, and then he just became S&Z bursted and was unable to open up that right properly. But looked like Sodium just needs 5,000 here, unless he has a big time choke here. I think he'll be okay. There we go. Sodium is in the lead and takes the game.
Done by Sodium Overdose. You see, he's not memeing around today. He's all business. He wants to get these jobs done. And he is now up 2-0 on Luke. GG's on the top. Meanwhile, at the bottom, they continue on. We are approaching 100 lines on Svavar's side. Harry's already past that because of pushdowns. 366. Now a Tetris to go to 389 for the 2014 champion. 370 for the 3-time European champion. One of them will be eliminated from this tournament. Which one will it be? That's what we are all watching right now. This is a best of 5 at the bottom, so the loser of this game will have another opportunity to take us to a decider.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it can go either way, personally. It's a hard matchup to call, and really excited to see how this plays out. Hopefully we can see some awesome games between the two right here, right now, live in CTWC 2020 Group H.
And plenty more action still to come, ladies and gentlemen. After this group is done of this foursome, we'll move on to the next foursome, which will include some really spicy matchups. You will get the Laser Monkey and Radmir. The Russian will be here to take on the cubing sensation, and then on top of that, you will get Pixelandy. Everyone's been waiting to see him in action. He will go one-on-one with the Underdog Supreme and Johann of Brazil. That one coming up soon. Meanwhile, at the top, we've got 94,000 for Luke, 23,000 for Sodium. He's been kind of digging around a little bit, and we're already in transition to bottom beast.
Yeah. Harry with about a 10,000 point lead going into this transition, so nothing too drastic. I think it's actually a very close match considering Harry is kind of in the future here on level 20, so we'll see if Svavar can close that gap or if Harry can extend that gap.
The Tetris in for both, but here we go. Svavar has transitioned to level 19. He is down 15,000 points, but he's 2 levels behind. So that is the advantage for him, knowing that even if he's down in a deficit, he's got plenty of runway to catch Harry. So we'll see if he can do it. That's the other part of the equation. You know, still can have all those levels, but you got to start scoring too. And there's a Tetris for Svavar, 591 for Svavar, 613 for Harry. One of them looking to go up 2-1 and take the advantage, going to a very pivotal game 4.
Yeah, 100%.
Harry just whipping pieces over, yeah.
Yeah, Svavar with a sketchy board there for a second actually cleans it up very quickly, so well played by him. And is Tetris ready? Gets the long bar right away. That's the best feeling. Right when you get Tetris ready, you get that long bar on level 19 play. So Svavar looking to close that gap, only behind by about the Tetris.
And he sets a nice delayed burn of the J with the square was coming, burned away a beautiful double. Gets that long bar all the way over to the left side with level J. There's going to come, takes a triple away. And that L will open up the right side. Another delayed burn. Oh, and then he missed the J just after he made a beautiful delayed burn. Now he's going to be looking to clean this up, but he's got it.
Meanwhile, though, Harry has been scoring. He's has about a 2 Tetris lead now, and he drops another one. So a near 100,000 point lead here for Harry.
And Svavar's building high in the center. He is waiting for a long bar. And there it comes. Yes, he got it at the bottom right. He absolutely needed that. But his board had to suffer for it. So now he's going to be in a slight dig about an Xbox level. These speeds, so one mistake can be disastrous. Let's see what he can do. He's got a bunch of holes that would need to get taken care of. He's on level 24. Harry goes to 26. Harry's at 745. Svavar at 680. So if Svavar can get out of this dig quickly and not have to lose too many lines, he still has the advantage of catching Harry. But Harry continues to pour some points. Now almost 100,000 point lead for Harry.
Yeah,
things are getting real tight here.
For sure, for sure. Svavar is actually still about 20 lines behind, so he can close this gap. It actually is much closer than it looks here with that future play here from Harry. Harry is running into a drought here.
Oh, he's gonna hang the long bar. He had the Tetris set up on row 3 and he's gonna hang it. He's got an 81,000 point lead. Now the question is, will it hold? Svavar had to dig the whole time. He's on 26, and he's got himself built. Takes a lumbar flat. This lumbar will score. There's a Tetris for Svavar. 37,000 points behind. He's building up on top of row 1.
Oh, sketchy though. There it is.
And get the lumbar just in time. He is now only 4,000 plus points away. 1,300 points.
That'll do it. That'll do it.
So far, there it is! Svavar! With an amazing dig! Stays alive, and he has taken game 3! And has the 2-1 advantage going to game 4, Beast. GG's.
Good games to Svavar. Actually, a lot of that 19, he had some crazy digs he had to work through to stay alive, so a pretty deserved win there for Svavar.
Unbelievable survival from Svavar. Honestly, maybe some in the chat, maybe myself included, had him finished. I didn't think he was going to get out of it, but he absolutely stuck with it the whole way and proved that every bit of piece placement, every single maneuver he made was worth it, staying alive throughout, and showed you survivability is the key, and he has taken game number 3.
So far. Meanwhile, Luke has a monstrous lead here up top, heading into that transition. He transitions around 500k, and Sodium he's up top and he hasn't even transitioned yet. He might run into some issues here. Only has one line till transition.
Yeah, he's going to be in a world of hurt. He's going to get transitioned. Gets a J in for a burn. Volts an L to the right. But that's a hangering L, and that's it. He's finished. Good effort there, but it looked like a very suffered game. At 295, it's a minimal score for Sodium, of a player of his caliber, so definitely struggled on 18. Luke ran away with that one. Game there for Luke has made it 2-1 at the top.
Yeah, Luke getting his first point here. Much needed point against Sodium. Sodium is not going to let Luke have it easy, except for that last game. But I don't think that we're going to have too much more of that. Both players are ready. We'll get it started for them. Meanwhile, Harry versus Svavar. This electric matchup is continuing on the bottom. Harry down 1 game in a best of 5.
And Harry will slam a Tetris in as they get underway for game number 4 at the top. Sodium up 2-1. That one is loser that will stay on. They will remain in the tournament. They will move down to the loser's side of the coin and play their way into a match later on. Sodium or Luke, whoever wins again, will stay on top and remain in the winner's side, await the winner of the next foursome that will show up once these games are done. Meanwhile, at the bottom, it is an elimination match that's going on. Harry now on the ropes. Must-win situation for Harry. This is it. Another loss for Harry here in Game 4, and his run is finished.
Got some good pieces there to open up the right there for Harry, and just has a small lead here. And he is going to kind of pull himself into the future a little bit with some of these pushdowns. So either way, it's still a close match as we speak. And meanwhile, up top, Luke with a nice tuck has about a Tetris and some change lead here against Sodium, who's doing some burning.
96,000 for Luke, 60,000 for Sodium at the top. Harry at 197, Svavar 151. Both boards looking pretty decent. Tetris in for Svavar. Svavar's not really too far behind in line to this one. Harry pushing down, but looks like, kind of is alternating the speeds a little bit. I think earlier on was not going full force. He's only about, now he's 10 lines ahead. Now you can see he's starting to pull away, but for a few moments there, they were only about like 3 or 4 separated.
While I'm thinking about it, I really enjoy Harry's webcam. It looks like he's just sitting in a pitch black void. It's pleasing to me.
Yeah, absolutely. You could only imagine what's going on in the background there. It's just like it's from like an old time movie where you're gonna get a jump scare any moment. Like the second if Harry comes up with victory, something's gonna pop out from behind there, in jubilation. So we'll see. Meanwhile, Svavar's in a pretty nasty drought there. Sorry, but he's 35-piece drought for that Lombard cane.
Yeah, he does have a bit of a lead now. It looks like Harry needs to open up that right, and doing so patiently. It looks like he's trying to take some doubles and singles rather than force any dependencies with maybe making some decisions in regard to keeping his parity strong. So good patience there from Harry, and he is behind by about 11,000, so still a close game. Meanwhile, Sodium running into some interesting board issues the last few games, to say the least.
I was gonna say, while you were chatting there, he's got the board fixed, but for a little while it looked like he was going with a very deep center well, and then I thought maybe he was gonna start implying some tree strats for a little bit there, just to get himself out, because that board was really feisty. But Sodium Overdose is one of those players that can always find a way to get out of some memeing. In one of our episodes, Tetris Friendlies, Beast of Chen, Hydrant Dude and Sodium played an incredible match where they did a meme level of level 52 and played a best of 9 against each other to see who would win it. And they came up with some incredible plays. And Sodium ended up winning in the decider 5-4 over Hydrant Dude. This kid has a very unique style, and it's fun to watch when you can see the kind of trouble he gets in. Like, why does he do this? And next thing you know, he gets out of it so quick because he either is so fast in tap or he just plans it that way.
Yeah, Sodium is a fun player to watch in that regard. kind of volatile, but at the same time makes it work, kind of up there with the some of the other aggressive tapping players in the online scene. But yeah, Luke maintaining a lead, wants to take this Game 4 and be our first Group H decider of the day, which I am all for. Thank you, Luke. Keep that lead going here. Everyone wants to see a good decider.
Yeah, looks like the Tetris to go to 430, Sodium at 394. So good game going on the top. At the bottom, as mentioned, this is a critical game now for Harry. He's at 417 to Svavar's 489. Harry has already transitioned here, Chen. So Harry is going to have to really bring it right now, because if Svavar continues to play this way and plays the way he did in Game 3, right, Harry is looks like he may not be longer for this tournament.
Yeah, he's got to keep his cool. Running into some rough pieces there, but we all know Harry is a competent player and can clean this up with ease. So let's see what he does here. And, maybe if he keeps his cool. Svavar was having some issues on 19 earlier. He was bringing it last game though, so we'll see if he can carry that over into this game 4.
Yeah, essentially, if Svavar plays the way that he did with that dig in Game 3, he should be primed to take this one. But like I said, don't count Harry Hahn. There he is, a Tetris in column 8, up 1 row. He goes to 464. Svavar at 536 with a lead board. A Tetris in for Svavar. 561 now as he looks to maintain this lead. Harry, level 22, digging at the moment. Mini drought happening. We're at 20 pieces. Now we continue on. Technically doesn't really need this long bar right forward. Not ready for it. And at the top there, they have transition on Luke's side. He has cleaned it up. He'll get a Tetris. 603 for Luke. 489 for Sodium. Harry at 483. Svavar at 596. He has accrued now 113,000 point lead. Oh man, this is going to be real tight.
Yeah, Harry on the ropes here. We'll see if he can bring the scat back into his favor. He's going to need a long bar right now.
The game is not going to give it to him! And that's it! Harry Hung has been defeated! Svavar at 6'10", the 3-time European champion, is ecstatic with a fist bump of his own. And he survives to move on in the tournament. GG's. Meanwhile, what an incredible T-spin by Sodium in the center. Luke is in trouble at the top. He gets the long bar over to the right side for the Tetris. The top of the board is in trouble. He is ahead, but Sodium has the better board as we continue on. Luke is tapping away.
Yeah.
He's going to try to figure out how to get these holes open.
Oh, no.
Oh, he missed up the line bar. You saw it on his face. He's finished at 677. Sodium now has the chance to close the door and head in to the next round of the tournament. Tetris in. He's only 4,600 points away. Keeping the board low and slow. And there it is! A single line clear has done it. Sodium overdose. Overdoses in victory. A 4-1 win. As we try to pull off a JD spin at the bottom. But he didn't need it. He's got it! And he'll move on to the next round.